What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing a very quick review of the game between Manchester City and Fulham in the FA Cup 4th round match, and then we're going to be reacting to the FA Cup 5th round draw. But before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. 25k subscribers, that's the aim now, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, my social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video, aiming for 100 likes. If you could hit that, then that would be great. And also don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below of what you made of this victory for Manchester City. Without further ado though, let's crack on with this match review, match reaction and match analysis, and we're going to start off first with what happened with the game and the talking points. Big surprise, Ruben Dias, Aymeric Laporte, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, all left on the bench for Manchester City. I was expecting City to go near enough full strength for all this game, but City did a bit of rotation there, and considering all of our players haven't played for 2 weeks and we've got a Premier League game coming up in midweek, we've got a Premier League game coming up next weekend, and we've got a Champions League game coming up next week as well. Games are going to start coming at us thick and fast, so I was expecting us just to try and get our players to get things rolling ASAP really, and City haven't done that. They've rotated and stuck to what I would call a typical Manchester City FA Cup team selection, which is a bit of rotation here, some first team players here and there, and some youngsters on the bench as well. And it was lovely to see James McAtee and Liam Delap on the bench for City, and it was great to see them also get some minutes for Manchester City in this game as well. But in terms of this game, Manchester City, we dominated the game for the first 4 minutes. Fulham didn't have many touches in the City half at all, which naturally means Fulham took the lead in this game. And to be fair, it was a very good goal, I thought. Worked well down the Fulham right-hand side, squared across. Fabio Carvalho, he's in the right place at the right time to tuck home past Zack Steffen, who's had literally nothing to do other than pick the ball out the back of his net. Nice cool finish from Carvalho. I can see why Liverpool were interested in signing him on transfer deadline day. That never happened, and he remains at Fulham and, well, gave Fulham the lead. And Manchester City were thinking, are we going to end up in a similar position like what Manchester United did, who have gone out of the FA Cup to Middlesbrough? Chelsea yesterday against Plymouth were given an almighty scare. West Ham given an almighty scare by Kidderminster Harriers as well. And I was thinking to myself, Manchester City, this is going to be difficult. Fulham have taken the lead. They've got that all-important first crucial goal, and if they can keep City out for a prolonged period of time, then that's going to put all kinds of pressure onto Manchester City. Thankfully, less than 2 minutes later, Ilkay Gundogan was putting the ball into the back of the net on 6 minutes to prove me right with what I was saying in my preview in the build-up to this game, that this game was going to be a both teams to score. I went for 3-1 to Manchester City, and obviously ended up nailing that with both teams to score there, and after just 6 minutes as well. Fantastic. And then Manchester City did something that we very, very rarely do. A great corner in from Kevin De Bruyne, and John Stones nods it in. How often do we score from corners? Not very often. Lovely ball in from De Bruyne from the corner, and a great header from John Stones. Good for him, putting it into the back of the net on 13 minutes to give Manchester City the lead. We managed to overturn a 1-0 deficit inside 9 minutes, and inside the first 13 minutes of this game, it was a scintillating start to the game. The game did quiet down though by half-time, and City did lead by 2-1. It was at 52% possession for Manchester City at half-time and 48% for Fulham. That though did die down by full time, with City having 61% possession compared with 39% possession for Fulham, and I think City managed to just override them, albeit thanks to what was happening in the game, with Manchester City taking the, getting their crucial killer 2-goal cushion through Riyad Mahrez, fresh and back from the African Cup of Nations, scoring from the penalty spot. Jack Grealish, he ended up going down under a challenge from Fulham. Penalty given, lovely feet from Grealish, by the way, getting himself into the box. He was legged up, penalty given to City, and coolly put away by Riyad Mahrez, who's impressing me more and more from the penalty spot. And then Mahrez ended up getting another goal for City. Lovely work, played across the box, tap in there for Mahrez to make it 4-1 to Manchester City, and game, set and match for this game, with Manchester City going through and Fulham unfortunately going out. So I will say that Fulham played some really good football, did give Man City a little bit of a scare for a couple of minutes. To play some good football, and I'm wishing them all the very best of luck for the rest of the season as they bid to try and become a Premier League club once more. Now, in terms of an analysis on this game, 19 shots from City, 6 on target. Not scintillating from City there in terms of converting our shots into shots on target. There was quite a few wayward shots. Maybe that's down to City not playing for 2 weeks, I'm not too sure. A little bit rusty, but 6 shots on target with a 4-goal return is excellent, and that's exactly what I'd be looking for in our midweek game against Brentford as well. Fulham with 6 shots, 3 on target, and a goal for themselves as well. Like I said, in terms of possession, by the full time, 61% for Manchester City and 39% for Fulham. By the time City had got that 3rd goal, it kind of just killed Fulham off, and City managed to start to dictate and dominate the play, which is probably why that possession stats went up so much for Manchester City in the second half, when it was quite a very close game, I thought, at half-time. Now, in terms of passes, 403 passes by Fulham, which is very impressive at the Etihad Stadium. There aren't too many teams in the Premier League who come to the Etihad Stadium and have 400 passes against us. And I thought to everyone at the game yesterday, in that sellout match between City and Fulham, including me there, were treated to a special game. Over 1,000 passes in the whole game. 403 for Fulham and 618 for Manchester City as well. In terms of defensive stats, 7 block shots for Manchester City with 8 tackles won and 9 aerial duels won. No block shots for Fulham with 6 tackles won and 6 aerial duels as well. And I will add, just on a one last note, former City man Tosin Adarabioyo, I was very impressed with him. He seems to have matured a lot since going to Fulham. And yeah, looks like a very tidy, very decent player. But all in all, City, I felt like they had too much quality, too much about them, with a typical Pep Guardiola performance from the team. Worked really hard as the team. I'm going to have to give Riyad Mahrez my JSGC man of the match for this game, and that's purely for him bagging a brace. And his ball control, the ability when the ball just comes to him just to be instantly under his control, the ball literally just sticks to him like glue. He had a very good game for Manchester City. I thought there was actually some very impressive performances out there for a few City players as well. Kevin De Bruyne managed to spring a couple of nice passes and counter-attacks, creating some really good opportunities which didn't materialise for Manchester City. There was other stages where De Bruyne should have released it a little bit early, and so yeah, I think he looked frustrated at times in the game, and I think De Bruyne will be looking to try and escalate that towards a more smooth running for him going forward. Like I said, I thought Mahrez was very impressive. Jack Grealish, I know there's lots of people out there wishing him to shoot more, and when he gets his confidence, I'm confident that he will become a fantastic player for Manchester City. I think he's got everything about him to become a top quality player, just needs to be more decisive. And like I said, give him 2 full seasons under Pep Guardiola, and I'm confident that he'll be firing on all cylinders. I also thought Kyle Walker was pretty good for City, particularly in the second half, tracking back, getting back into the swing of things, important interceptions at times, reading the game really well. He's a great asset, his pace for Manchester City. Very impressed with him. Good for John Stones to be able to get himself a goal as well. Yeah, I thought Fernandinho did a good job. I mean, there's been times where he looks like a player that's nearing the end of his career. He didn't look out of place in the game, I didn't think, Fernandinho. So, yeah, good for him. And like I said, it's great to see Liam Delap and James McAtee on the pitch for Manchester City as well. Now, my last note for this game between Manchester City and Fulham is I did end up going to this game. I've done a vlog of my experience. I went to the Tunnel Club for the first time ever. I promised to do that for my 10,000 subscriber special. I've done that video. That'll be out. If it's not out already, it will be out at some point today for you guys to go and look forward to. So go and check that out with all of my coverage and all of my thoughts from yesterday's game. But in terms of my reaction for the 5th round, the draw has taken place. Manchester City have been drawn against Championship side Peterborough United away from home. We're going to the Western Home Stadium to take on Peterborough United in the 5th round. probably will end up being on TV, that game. The only unfortunate thing about the 5th round is it's taking place in midweek, so it's going to be very difficult for away fans getting down to go and see City take on Posh away from home. But yeah, it's going to be a proper cup tie, that one. They're going to be well up for it. It's going to be a difficult away game for Manchester City. We did have a difficult away game in the 3rd round against Swindon Town. We're now going up against a Championship team, albeit Peterborough struggling a little bit in the Championship, sitting in the relegation zone. However, still got the quality about them. City need to be careful, and City need to make sure that they're on it if they want to progress further and get to the quarter-final stage of the FA Cup, the most prestigious domestic cup competition in the world. The other 5th round ties that have been drawn together: Luton Town, they're taking on Chelsea at home. Crystal Palace have drawn Stoke City. Peterborough United have drawn Manchester City. Liverpool are playing Norwich City at home. Southampton are taking on West Ham. Middlesbrough knocking out Manchester United. Double thumbs up from me. Hilarious. They're taking on Tottenham Hotspur at home. That should be a cracking tie as well. I've recorded this video before the 4th round has been completed, so I've got Nottingham Forest or Leicester City. They're taking on Huddersfield Town, and last but not least is Everton taking on AFC Bournemouth or Boreham Wood, which completes the FA Cup 5th round draw. And they're still we've got a tricky match here against Peterborough. Take it one game at a time. I'm looking at the other clubs who could cause a potential threat towards City if we are to go on and win the FA Cup. Obviously, Chelsea knocked us out last year, still in the competition. Crystal Palace, decent side. Liverpool, fantastic team as well. Tottenham Hotspur, Leicester City still in there. Everton still in there. There's still bits of quality knocking around the Championship as well. Teams like Nottingham Forest will be extremely motivated. Bournemouth, if they manage to go through, could be a tricky little tie as well. Even, like I said, Peterborough, it's going to be a tricky tie for Manchester City, but looking forward to it nonetheless. The games, they're taking place the week commencing Monday, the 28th of February, 2022. So there we go, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. 100 likes, that's the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. 25k subscribers, that's the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Plenty more football and Manchester City content for you guys to look forward to. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. And lastly, let me know your thoughts of what you made of this victory for Manchester City against Fulham in the comments below. And Peterborough United away in the 5th round, what's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.